Kubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan ra siya pi da ka Orange Nissan Lumso po near Fire Brigade Shillong. Ringkat bat ka net foodish. Ordar mapi, minwan ra mangi hakerdog ying jongpi.
Hadin balami bon ki jingkeno ba ki bor penyat jong ke Ganesh Das Hospital Laumali, Kim Shimla Shuti ya ke nurse Manisha Turnia ke bala Khlad no dang Shen. U Director of Health Services u Dr. Aman Warr, ula ong bakadai ke jingkeno ke bamdan nongrim hae ru. Ula ong baka nurse Manisha Turnia ke Klempan Shuti, bat kadai ke nurse ke ba IT lut hakakam, bat kabo ye ki nongpang hakaman ban yalade. Ula say ye ki jingkhen ban penshisha ye ka jingshim Shuti jong ki nurse, nado basdang senam hadu mentah, bat ula ongru bakidon prapus sangut ki bashim Shuti, laga jong ka jingdon kam jongki, henrei ka nurse Manisha ka Klemshim Shuti. U Dr. Warr ula ongru baka jing sapriang kubor baki bor penyaj jong ka Ganesh Das Hospital kile etokmet kalapun sngosi penban ya ki bahaying hasem jongka.
The information we could gather from Ganesh Das is that this particular nurse is a very sincere, quiet, dedicated, hardworking, selfless, who always had put the patients before anything else. She had joined service in around 2012. She was working in Mairang Civil Hospital, and then she was transferred to Ganesh Das Hospital in the year 2015. She had joined, and in the course of COVID last year, she was very active. She was put in the COVID ward, and in the month of December, when she had informed that she was carrying, she was taken out of the COVID ward and was put on duty in the general duty wing of the hospital, and she was in the female medical surgical ward. Now, we have got the number of nurses who had applied leave and were granted leave from December 2020 to May 2021. In 2020 December, there were 20, and 20 who had applied were granted leave. January 2021, 7 and 7 were granted leave. February 2021, 14 and 14 were granted leave. March 2021, 15 were granted leave. April 2021, 12 and 12 were granted leave. And in May 2021, 17 had applied and 17 were allowed to go on leave. Now, these type of leaves, different are earned leave on medical ground, earned leave as leave earned, maternity leave, study leave, commuted leave, privilege leave, and other leaves due to medical conditions. So the total number of nurses who were granted leave altogether from December 2020 till May 2021 is 85. The particular nurse who had expired, and once again we express our heartfelt condolences to the family, was attending duties, and she did her last night duty on the 18th, 19th and 20th May 2021. When she had completed her duty on 21st May morning, she left, and as she had done night duty, she was allowed night off and was supposed to join on 23rd May 2021. However, on 23rd May morning, she had informed the sister in charge of the ward that she was not feeling well in the morning, and later subsequently in the evening of 23rd May 2021, she was admitted in the hospital, and she was done RAT was done, and the report was negative. However, the symptoms that she was presenting with was on the side of COVID-19 infection. RT-PCR also was done, and she was found to be positive. I will not go into the details of the disease proper, but treatment was provided accordingly in the hospital. But unfortunately and sadly, she passed away on 30th May 2021 at about 4:56 p.m. On this count, I think in the last session that we met, I have expressed and have stated that in the ward where this particular nurse was working, there is no one who came out to be positive, neither the patients nor the attendants nor the people working in that ward. So in that time, at that point of time, I said that maybe she had mingled anywhere, maybe in the marketplace or anyway, and maybe she got that infection from the hospital outside to her home. There is no complaint as such from the family with regard to the leave application. Sister did not apply leave in writing to the authorities of Ganesh Das, who are supposed to process that leave. Perhaps seeing the condition of the other colleagues, seeing the condition in the hospital where there was a demand for manpower, she continued with her duty, and perhaps must have also conveyed verbally, but that has not been substantiated by any of the supervisors in the Ganesh Das hospital, that she would like to take leave, maybe she was not feeling well. That has been told to us by the family members, and they have said that this is not a complaint, it is nothing, but we feel bad and we feel sad that so many things have come out in the media, where we have already told only one friend that this was the situation, and it came out in the social media. That added more to their anguish. Kepenso si pelat kadu kata-kata yaki ba kani kajingja kami ya social media kadang pin one show ya kani kajing kia mensim, but kajing kerpat da kaliang kajongi na po health kalong ba namar kamdon kum kata kay ka ba jingkeno ba napo hospital kileben that the hospital authorities, especially the matron, was cold-hearted. She never listened. That is completely wrong. And I want to say here, ki nong tri ki jongi hapo ki hospital ba fair menta kilatray nadu macam senam hadu menta. They are working now whole year, now nearly 1.5 years. They are exhausted, and if people who don't know the facts well start blabbering something which is untrue and make it sound as if that it is true, that is the unkindest cut of all for the health workers. But niong ni kani namar teng kajing ya batai da ki briu ki bamtip ki persang ban batai ya ki badai hapo kajing peniat jong ki hospital. They try to intimidate also the head of the institutions, trying to show them in poor light. This is unwanted and unwarranted. If our health workers now, right from the doctors down the line, if this continues and they throw up their arms in disgust and kipeni ya kajing bang sultanat but ya kajing no man same kani kanang wanra susu ya ki kajing bang sultanat hadin nabur. So now I request all concerned to refrain making such charges without confirming first. If we have any shortcoming, if there is any lapses on our part, we will come out openly on that. There is nothing to hide. What is there to hide? There's nothing to hide. But if the charges are false, malicious, only to show our authorities in the hospital, our health workers in the hospital or in the PHCs or anywhere. Now we have the home management team, they're going to all the houses. We have the Ashas, we have the Anganwadis. If you show them in poor light, it is only us who are going to suffer. We have said many times that to follow the protocols strictly. If we follow this, there will be definitely a climb down of the cases. Hendrai fini ki babon ki berkat bau ni corona udai ubah mangi kamdan ni kum kata kamdan ka jing thak yang ni ngi ya tristom baru cisi met mat laksni mendai tang mangi nang ni napo directive keleng saudong adu cipo kinong kendong ki beriu ki jongi ki asa ki jongi keleng ki man ki yeng ki lepet lada kadai ko shuthok ngin yele yu ngin shangkai ni. If this is all false, why should we be doing all this work out here? So now there are people who are not from the medical background. They talk as if they know more by seeing and reading in the social media. They think they know more by seeing in the internet. But I will tell you this, a doctor, a nurse, a lab technician, a pharmacist, even the helper who has worked, they know better when to respond and how to respond. It is not a time to teach us. What is to be taught on COVID-19, there are many experts that we interact every now and then to get new ideas, to get new treatment regimes. We don't need non-medical people to come and tell us how to go about with our work. We fail, you point out, and we'll come out clearly on this. But these type of allegations, where leave was denied, where the matron was cold-hearted, had no sympathy, you have to understand that the authority of the hospital, the matron look after the nurses. They are their mother in the hospital, and you have to allow her to function as a matron. She is not to function there as some goody mother or auntie. She is to run the hospital, and you have seen how difficult it is to run the hospital like Ganesh Das. Too much mud has been thrown at Ganesh Das. And people, on the pretext of one social post, have labeled the hospital, in fact have plastered the hospital with mud. Kani kadi kam jabo, but what one ra ya kam jabo ha ki jing sumar ki jungi ha ki caka jing sumar. Ladang bakla ngin ong ni bakla. Ladang di ban shim action ini no ngin shim action. Ladang di ban pitchtom ngin pitchtom. Ndrei ladak yuhara kini ki jing tharap ki ba shutha ki pharek ba jing tharap ki beri nasurak hasurak. Kan mon ra ya jing ba. Kan ora ya jing sosi. Kita gini kibriu hakaleng ki hospital but private but government kiban ai ke jing semar hakum gani kapor ke jing mensa what ai bagani ke jing mensa kan kelang pada daki wei kita ni trailang ngin nyai trailang ngin nyalong lang ke wei hapo ke jing penyat ke jong blai trai kan rat ke ujang ni ubangi tuai mit patlat sing ken mau lem ya kini kinong tray ki jongi ki baton apo ki hospital apo PHC let fin sai ba hapo kari ga jongi ni ong kal air ga khut ni so sarong ya kata let apo hospital pet kumno kinong pang ki jongi ki aksat namta ka oksigen ki aksat namta ka air kam dei ka kam kai kani kadi kam shisha ngim ya don por kani kran ni kini ki barahat pat la da fidei kibriu kiba kwa ban ai jingmut ini kiba kwa ban ai ka advice ini ke biang ke pakai wan da galti ke badai undai da ke bamdai. These are my words only as a DHS, and this is my clarification on this. Last year also it was there. It was very much there. It was still very much there. But the notification had said very clearly that all pregnant mothers are not to attend office and to work from home. And that is why we have asked a clarification on this, because it's not a leave. It's just to stay from home. And if our health workers are to stay from home and work from home, then who will physically give the medicines to the patients? Who will physically tend to the patients? We had asked a clarification on the government on that. And the government was very clear that yes, from case to case, we can judge on that. But as this case has come up, we want that the government also to review on this. Even the Meghalaya Nursing Association also, Government Nurses Association had given a memorandum on this. Yes, we understand because of the virulence of the virus, pregnant mothers may be at risk. Not only nurses, all health workers, right up to the helpers. So we are awaiting that one, that decision. And one more thing you have to understand is we have got a lot of dedicated workers in the health department. We have got doctors who are carrying and still working. We have got nurses carrying and still working. Some of them also have indicated that they will give in writing that we want to continue work and not sit at home. So let us take a call from the government. We will see the pros and cons of this, and then the decision will be given accordingly. But we have to understand one thing: our health system cannot collapse because of manpower. So wherever you will see in the hospitals or anywhere, wherever people are working, COVID or non-COVID, the protocols are being followed strictly. The wards are being sanitized. The infection, if it comes inside the ward, it will come only from outside, not from inside the hospital. We don't know, we have to ascertain, the hospital has said that we have to ascertain from where this particular nurse, her soul rests in peace, from where she has contracted That we have to see how it was contacted. And you know that now we are all vulnerable. And I've already said, you treat yourself to be positive. You're already positive. I'm positive. You take care of yourself. I take care of myself. You wear your mask because you respect me. I wear my mask because I respect you. I maintain my distance because I respect you. That respect, the mutual respect, has to be there. And that sense of responsibility, is the need of the hour now. Let the soul of our dear sister, who has provided exemplary service all this time, rest in peace, and let this issue rest now. Ndai ki babon hi kinas kidan menta aspak tam ki bangimpat apai. Kalau ngi last time bangin empat apai na marli kacule nei ka manpower. Tekat baki barang wan chakwan ngidang yo shikmat. Tikini ki post ki balat pedeng ibu sting katur ngidang pele. Tementa la kini kinas ki jongi la ni kini ki bayarap ini kinong tri ki bayarap hakenu kono. Kalian ki badai hapok ki hospital ai. Shibu menta ngi ong ki ba armet kim dai banwan chu ngila pan ji men na sarkar ngila ban thung hakajaka ke chongki nama kani gam dai gali pandai na tangka exemption te khanang ba kanum affect ya kaman power. As of now, the COVID complications in our state, okay, are still very minor. We have not got any complication as yet due to post-COVID. While the people who are there in the hospital who have passed away, the complication, if they are young people without any comorbidities, is the involvement of the lungs, pulmonary involvement. That is the common cause, and that is how the virus attacks us. So now, people can know, nget ne film nget, klan ne film klan, COVID-19 udan. But uni kunyang bawan menta this particular strain now, uday ubaya bit kloy, but yaki bam daklan kamet. Uday ubat terak keluar tu. Pressurize na yang bandai ni ki barkhat ki batrai kam. Tai tu yang awai bam terak. Bet kisnong wat langi kinong kinong trai ki batrai po han kim sya bandrung. Ha kini ki badai ai jing sumar ya kini kim sya bandrung. Nadan baca bastam haying joki berai baki bam sya nadan sistem ki phone nga persoalan penyarap. Kan bayi kini ya kinong trai jong ibadah kim sya bandrung kisnong. Kamnong ngan le kumni ni kam kai kumni kamnong kani khlam. Kani this is pandemic, not picnic. That you will make jokes and fun out of this pandemic. It is not picnic. This is a pandemic. Remember that. Till such time that the government declares that it's not a pandemic, it is still a pandemic now, and we are still at risk. Fi kini kidan kisnong bang ngitip ya kata. Ngila Warr ya kani ka jutip ki district administration ko chi DC ke. What I bukan nakaliang ka sarkar na nakaliang ka ngin ong tong ngin implement ya ka disaster management act. Tong ngin implement ya ka epidemic act. What I kata. Ngila batai si batai. Napo di IPR ki batai, napo NHM ki batai, napo district ki batai. Lada ki ki brio ki bam ko aban sotu. Kinam ko aban sotu lanu ru. Ki penwarai ki jengat ki ba jat ki ba ya ki breu bapli ki bamnang bam start kende yo sngo ya uni ba pana ban keren ban khana ban thale ban hakat tin ka thale ki khamnget bai kita tingi ngin haban target di kini ki ba pana kini tin thale ki joki namar kat ka kum ka jingyat ka por mi ong ba hatin sposni lada filong positif no kanar umlong infective syul ayap te sudah virus habis kata kamdai ke mangile start mangiru nei nang ni bangi siong bangi sule start gitu bong boleh chanu jak pathologist virologist nan ka beta kani ka wanak central government bangi keren lang mo pipet ibri ujungi tang ban sim sampel ru kim tre pinsim sampel sausan sin la dalang positif pinsim sausan sin kamut kata tela poisa sawai pada kadang ngila pet te menta pet kadang nem ka jing mensa na kani ki fusngi ki bangi pelat ye ki ni ong let sieng isolate sa nyosngi numpat mi swa numpat ya lembrom numpat ya kendu ibriu ye ile tangba long kamlong strict shu nakini donne mayo positif nakini samdan kata ada hakajuk kepor mengi ang ba kani kadon kalong ka jingpang biok li ho ni ya berkata ndai kat kum ka jingya jong kepor bat bangi Shym ba uni yang jingpang udai batmai bat ukelar pikir kani bangi te ukelar te halor kani ka jingkala ka ju ngi hapan long pikir bat ngi hapan long usiar